How are we doing today, ladies and gentlemen? And welcome back to another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan. We got a lot of fun things to get into today, like the Cubs offense and its rankings across a lot of big major statistical categories. We're going to talk about the Central Crown, high WAR players, and we'll preview Game 1 today against the Phillies right at Wrigley Field at 1:20. But before we get into all that, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing to watch the videos, liking the videos. When you subscribe to the channels, we truly do appreciate it. And again, your comments always mean the best. We've gotten the past few videos saying, hey, we see what you're doing. We like what you're doing. I 100% appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who continue to watch these videos. I love turning out the content. I love coming up with the ideas. It is so much fun for this guy right here. But I'm just like you, right? I'm a Cubs fan. I come from the fan perspective, and this is the stuff that we want to get into, the nitty-gritty, but this is our community, so please feel free to voice your opinions in the comments. I am happy to read them. So let's hop into today's videos. We're going to talk about the Cubs' ruthless offense so far. It has been unconscious, ladies and gentlemen, to say the least. Kind of scary unconscious, because I'm not 100% sure if this is truly sustainable. Today, on April 25th, the Cubs enter the day with a 16-10 record. We've won 2 in a row, and we are first in the NL Central, right? We like those numbers, right? Well, let's get into the offensive category, huh? We're first in runs scored at 163. We're first in OPS at 806. I'm pretty sure we were bottom third last year in OPS. A significant difference for this team. We're hitting 265 as a ball club. That, if we hit 265 all year, we are going to go to the playoffs very handily. We might win the Central by 10 games. First in total bases and third in home runs. You love to see it. The power from this team has been absolutely incredible. But it's not just about the home runs, right? It's about the doubles. It's about PCA, getting on first, stealing second, etc. You know, turning the single into a double. Putting pressure on the opposing pitcher to continue to drive in runs has been a tremendous factor for this Cubs team. I think I said in the video yesterday, and I'll say it again today, the Cubs have answered in 43% of the innings that the opposing team has scored a run. Let me repeat that. 43% of the time, almost half, the Cubs answer back with a run of their own with another team scores. That is a really good stat that kind of calms the momentum. The Cubs, although have gotten down in games, they never let it get too far out of hand, and they always bounce back. So I don't know if these numbers are sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. That's just how incredible they are right now. But I think it's a good juxtaposition just to say, hey, this team's good. Even if we end up third, fourth, or fifth in all these offensive categories, we know that the potential is there for a lot of success. We know that the bats can come in and score runs and give our team a chance to win. Combined with our starters, if they can give us 5 or 6 innings, I think our record is like 14-2 or 14-3 when our starter goes at least 6 innings. We have a great record on that front. Yes, I know. Comments below. Bullpen sucks. I get it. Not every team's perfect. If our team was perfect, we wouldn't be here, right? We wouldn't have all the anxiety that this team gives us on a daily basis. So it's all good. The offense is rolling. I'm not sure if being number one in all those categories is sustainable, but I'm excited to see this team play and continue to strike while the iron is hot. Speaking of the iron being hot, this is the chance, ladies and gentlemen, for the Cubs to win the Central. It seems like fate almost at this point. Did you see the way the Milwaukee Brewers lost yesterday? It was pretty insane. Now, the Brewers have always been a quality organization. I can't believe I'm saying that, but they somehow develop players and make things happen up there in Milwaukee, which you've got to give credit to them for that. But they're not as good as they were last year. Plain and simple, okay? I think Yelich dropped a ball in left field, and the Giants were able to steal a victory from them, which helps us as we get to extend our lead a little bit further and further from them. We want as much breathing room here in the Central as possible. Just a lot of, the Cardinals don't know what they're doing. The Pirates are obviously not that good. They got a strong top 2 in their rotation, 3 if you want to count some other guys, but their offense is just abysmal. I'm just going to say it's abysmal. It's not that good. And then the Reds, although electric offense, they just can't seem to find the winning solution. I know they will get hot, and I know they will make a run. We just need a big enough lead to kind of sustain through that. So the Cubs have the most complete team in the Central. I might be biased, but that's what I think. And I think this is the year that we win the Central and we start winning the Central from here on out. We're too good of a team, too good top to bottom, rotation to offense. Yes, I know the bullpen's going to give up games, but guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Over the course of 162 games, you're going to lose baseball games. It's just the way it goes. No team is perfect. So, either way, we should win the Central this year. The way that the other teams are playing and the way that we're playing, it just seems like fate that the Cubs are going to win the Central. No doubt about it. Could we go out and get another bullpen arm? Absolutely. But you know what? Via the roster moves this team continues to make on a daily basis, when something's not working, they get rid of the problem. They don't just stick it out and grind it out. So that's what I like to see here. And again, part of the reason I think it just seems like fate for the Cubs to win the Central is this right here, our high WAR players. Now, for those of you guys that are new to baseball and you're not quite sure how the all in-depth analytics work, WAR is wins above replacement. Replacement being basically if I went out in center field. How many more wins would this player contribute to your team in that sense? And I'd be very, 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 very rude in the sense of replacement player. I'm thinking more like a low single A or double A minor league player if they're playing in the outfield. So, for example, we have two guys in the top 6. I'm pretty sure PCA is top 4. He is behind Judge, Tatis, and Corbin Carroll, who, by the way, are all absolute maniacs and studs in baseball. So if Pete Crow Armstrong wants to be one of those guys, I'm all in. You know what I'm saying? So top 4, I mean, he's just been absolutely incredible. We already know what he brings defensively to the team, but the offense has picked up tremendously. He's the only player in Major League Baseball history with, I believe, 5 home runs, 10 stolen bases, and 15 extra base hits to begin or by the end of April, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And with those 10 stolen bases, right, that means he got on base and got to second, which are quintessential doubles in that sense. So PCA is a walking extra base hit essential machine, which provides tremendous value along with Platinum Glove defense. He's going to win a Platinum Glove one day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just book it now. He's just that incredible of a player. And Kyle Tucker, he's been doing this for a few years now. Obviously has a OPS over 1,000. Home runs, big-time player making big-time plays for this Cubs team. Whenever this team seems out of it, he always gets a big hit to drive in a run or spark a rally or give us the lead. Kyle Tucker is him, and we need to pay him a lot of money. So these high WAR players are contributing to a lot of wins, and that's why the Cubs are in first place, and that's why they're going to win the Central. Let's get on to today's action, ladies and gentlemen. We got a game with the Phillies. It begins a 3-game set here at Wrigley Field. I promise you, after this, the gauntlet is over. We're going to have to deal with the Phillies. We're going to have to deal with the Braves. We're going to have to deal with a lot of different solid teams. But we're not going to deal with them all within a month stretch, which is imperative. So, next week we go to Pittsburgh. That should be a breather. We're going to go to Milwaukee. It's always going to be tough against Milwaukee, but it's a good litmus test for us to say, hey, is the Central really ours? That's what I'm going to be excited, looking forward to next week. But we got a game today. We're going to have Colin Ray versus, I believe, Ranger Suarez, if I'm correct. No, we got Taijuan Walker on the bump, who has a 2.29 ERA. Colin Ray has been absolutely incredible for us, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't see why we can't win the game today, you know? It's just the way it's going to go. We might drop 2 or 3 to the Phillies. The Phillies have not been playing their best baseball, so this might be a great time for us to catch them, but the Cubs absolutely have a chance to win this game, and that's the best part about this team, right? You wake up every day, you're like, hey, I'm excited to watch Cubs baseball. I didn't know what to do yesterday without Cubs baseball, you know? That's what it makes this team so much fun, is I'm ready to watch them play the Phillies, and hopefully maybe they could continue to win, and that's what you love to see from this Cubs team. So we got Taijuan Walker versus Colin Ray. I'm expecting the same lineup that we always expect, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have Happ leading off, Tucker, Suzuki, Bush, Swanson, Horner, Pete Crow Armstrong, whoever they think at catcher is fit for the position. And then we'll probably have John Birdie at third or another third baseman. We're still trying to figure out third base. That's what's crazy about this, right? We have not had a consistent third baseman all season long. So if the Cubs can figure out third base with a solid replacement, I'm not asking for a superstar, just someone who could be consistent for this team. This team's even scarier than before, which is crazy to think about. So that's going to do it for the edition of Cubs Daily today, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I appreciate everyone who watches the videos, likes the channel. Again, subscribe, comment your thoughts down below. I'm excited to hear your thoughts. I'll see you guys tomorrow with another one.